Good morning. Happy Tuesday. I am driving, so you're going to get the side of my face. But I've been thinking a lot over the last few months about the world, about a lot of things. As we all know, we've sort of been thrust into a quote-unquote new normal. Not really sure. I know that's kind of a conflicted phrase, but it's what it is. We're all waking up to a lot of systemic issues. We're all waking up to a lot of internal issues. The nature of the world, COVID, the protests, racial injustice, the political climate in general in our country and around the world, and so many other factors have given us an opportunity to really look at ourselves and reflect on who we are, where we've been, the choices that we've made, and where we're going. What do we want the future to look like? And what I've been doing over the last 7 months is a lot of soul searching, a lot of inner struggling, a lot of emotional work, a lot of emotional avoidance, and a lot of being very uncomfortable. And what I've come to realize is that, maybe it's a little late to have realized this, but the work is never really done. And I think that, we think that, we know that on some intellectual level, but at some point we think, we really are going to be finished, right? We are going to find that peace. And, some people, maybe they do. But I realize that I haven't found it yet. I'm not sure if I ever will. I have finished my master's degree over the last 6 months. This is my official final week of classes. I finished early. And I have been forced to really look inside of myself and realize that there's a statement that I have used with clients over the last few months that really applied to me. And that is that, my entire life I have set myself on fire to keep other people warm. Somehow, through the course of my life, I got this idea. I developed this deep core belief that my value was entirely wrapped up in some sort of external validation. And this isn't the beginning of this journey by any means. This is many, many years down the road of having done a lot of soul searching, a lot of work, a lot of inner work, a lot of emotional work, a lot of, creative work. And of coming to now realize that it's time for a new phase. It's time for the story of me to evolve again. And I wanted to share that with you because I feel like that's the crux of this project. The center of all of it is, me not letting myself off the hook. me forcing myself to be honest about my story, about the ever-evolving nature of my story. I can't invite people to the table to share the evolving nature of their own stories if I'm not also willing to share mine. And sometimes that story is silly and outrageous, and sometimes it is painful and it is ugly and it doesn't make a lot of sense. And I think also the creating of the story is a big part of the If You Could See Me project, is that, you know, we don't all just show up to the stage with a story to tell. We spend our lives creating that story. We spend our lives telling the story of ourselves to ourselves. What are we capable of? What are we worthy of? What do we deserve? And for the majority of my 42 plus years on this planet, I have believed in a way that was not fully conscious that my value existed only externally, only on the outside, only based in what you think of me, right? Only based in how we are, we are connected on some sort of external plane. And what you think of me is obviously important to me. But what I have never done is focused on creating order and balance in a real way in my life. I have talked about, my struggle with messiness and lack of organization and this constant racing feeling. I've got to get this done so that I can get back out into the world and, earn my worth. Hustle for my worthiness, as Brene Brown says. And I've recently gotten a coach. Shout out to Michelle Mercurio. A business coach, a branding coach, a coach who, I started working with to help me be a better business person, a better, builder of a thing. And what I realized was that the inner work is more important than anything in effectively building something that will be sustainable and truthful and authentic. And that inner work has been happening. I have been going inside in a way that is different than I ever have before. I have been cleaning and organizing and coordinating and taking care of myself and putting sustainable amounts of energy into all the different pots of my life. Focusing a lot of, real attention on my children. Focusing a lot of real attention on my physical space, on my physical body. I have a lot of issues physically, and I have realized that the key to my success, to my happiness, is consistent, sustainable energy. And that means I can't be in all the places all the time. I can't meet all the expectations of all the people all the time. I can't live in a world of FOMO. Well, you know what? I say I can't. And what I mean by I can't is I don't want to. What I mean by I can't is this is no longer serving me. This need to be everything to everyone And it's a new part of my journey. It's a new part of who I am and who I want to be in the future, because I want to be around for a long time. And I want to be transparent about the ways in which the story is always changing. This work is, other than the job of maintaining my family, my marriage, and my children's lives, this work is the most important work that I will ever do. And I have to be able to balance it all. And I've never learned how to do that. So, I'm learning. I gained 20-ish, 25 pounds during graduate school. I'm setting reasonable, sustainable, healthy goals for getting back to a weight that I feel comfortable with. Not that's extreme and outrageous. I'm not going to become a bodybuilder, but I am going to set reasonable, sustainable goals for myself. I am keeping my space clean and as organized as I possibly can, and that is a daily endeavor, especially in a family of 5. I'm gonna show up to the shit that I've always avoided because it was boring and filled with shame and darkness and sadness, and I'm gonna try and make peace with it. I'm gonna bring you along on my journey because that's what I've always done. I've always brought you along on my journey. So here we are, the new me. I'm not sure you'll see a lot of differences, but my story is changing again, and I want to figure it out together. I cannot tell you how much I love and appreciate all of the people who support this project, me, and the work that we're doing all over the world. And, you know, we will always be a family. We were started as it runs in the family, and we will always be a family. Please let me know ways that you are learning and creating balance, forgiving yourself, making peace with the shame, and embracing the ways in which your story changes every day. Much love. Have a wonderful day, and we'll talk soon.